Now at this point in time, I am absolutely loving Paul Neary's art and Mark Grunwald's stories. Cap is amazing. You really get a sense of what the super soldier serum can do and how it gives him the edge over his adversaries. Cap is straight out balling. Learn that Steve blows the bloody doors off his interview at Marvel and they put him on Captain America. So Cap is paid to draw his own adventures. I actually feel sorry for the editor over there at Marvel because they can't really tell Steve anything. You know, he's lived the life, he knows all the battles, he knows how he moves. So whatever they say, shut up! I was through with this before you learn what to do with this. Please. You also find out that Cap gets a government check for a cool milli! $1 million! Apparently, Steve didn't pick up those checks, right, from fighting Hitler's boys back in World War II, and he's owed some back pay. It's like getting furlough on steroids, bruv. His girl is like, I knew I was with you for a reason, Stephen. But Steve is like, before you go planning your trips to Primark, Missy, there's been shit I always wanted to do. So Steve decides not to buy a Dodge Viper and instead creates the Cap hotline, where anyone in the US can get hold of him if something crazy is in your neighborhood, like Ghostbusters but for superheroes. He announces this to the American people in a big press conference, and there's a massive fight with this guy, this Flag Smasher, but we're gonna digress and move on. The next few issues are absolutely stellar. You know, these usual fighting the bad guys, a great team up with Hawkeye, and Steve even gets dumped by his girlfriend for not spending time with her, but you know what, we move. At least he knows she wasn't in it for the dollars. But this brings us to the issue where a brand new adversary is introduced. Remember the villain Constrictor from the last video? Yeah, the one Anaconda twisted up and put him on the NHS. Well, he's visited by a nurse that tries to end his life subscription. Cap thwarts the assassination attempt as the killer dives through the window, and we find out that she was actually a Transformer nurse in disguise. Next issue, remember the Serpent Society from the last video. We see Death Adder and an unconscious Princess Python plummeting to the ground after their ship's fuselage is mysteriously breached. They survive the crash, but Adder dumps her near the crash because he's injured, and he flags down a cab, tossing the passenger out and forcing the driver to take him downtown. Unfortunately, he finds out that this ride is a one-way ticket because the assassin strikes again. Who is this dude? Word on the street is that some nutter is going around unaliving costume criminals, and the underworld is shitting a paella about it. Cap gets a new wonderful toy courtesy of my boy King T'Challa, aka Black Panther, which has some nifty gadgets in it, like this camouflage mode. I'm going to fast forward this issue and all the goings on in it, as Cap has to fight Blue Streak, another Z-list villain. But yet again, Neary shows us why Marvel put him on this book. Cap is so cool. The panels of action are gripping, and Cap is a straight up baller, ripping up Blue Streak, who knows he doesn't stand a chance but manages to escape from Cap, attempts to steal his bike to no avail, and ends up flagging down a passing truck to aid his getaway. But you guessed it, the driver turns Blue Streak into a red streak. That freaking assassin is making the Punisher look like a straight up bum at this point. But we now move into issue 319, where we find out that the assassin's name is actually Scourge, and we yet again meet the delightful temptress Diamondback, who's thirsty for some Cap. I mean, this girl's not shy, guys, and she shamelessly flirts with our Boy Scout, saying that she's all scared and shit about the rumors of some psycho killing costume crims, and she wants to team up with our boy. At one point, she tests our boy's resolve by taking out the ignition to her snake jet and sticking it down her clavage. It's either crash the ship or feel down my chest, Cap. And you know Cap, gonna be no allegations of SAing female criminals, and he's like, crash this shit. In the end, she gives in. Cap's like, I wouldn't go halves on a bouncy castle with you, let alone trust you. And he leaves the jet. But upon landing, Diamondback takes a shot from nowhere. Oh no! Scourge strikes again? Cap goes to see where the shot comes from, and anticlimax, it ends up being some Farmer Giles just trying to protect his field. Diamondback, still thirsty, wants a kiss from Cap, but Cap sees through her game. She just got shot in the arm by some buckshot, and he gets Pa Kent to go and drive her to the nearest hospital. Anyway, meanwhile, back in that dodgy bar that super criminals seem to hang out, a meeting is in session. The criminals want to band together to tackle the threat of Scourge, but before anyone could order a round of drinks, the barman serves them up a bullet cocktail. It's Scourge, he's back again! This crafty bastard. The finale of this run ends in issue 320, where Cap finally confronts and unmasks Scourge, but I won't spoil that one for you. Please go check it out and read the stunning climax. That's it for my favorite run of Captain America. Hope you enjoyed the video. Smash a like, subscribe, and come back for another episode where I'll be covering one of my favorite Spider-Man comics.